Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we have gathered here to apprise all the media persons about the implementation of the National Education Policy 2020 in one of the few most prominent higher educational institutions of Assam. Today we are joined by Professor Parmeshwar Iyer, officiating director of IIT Guwahati, and through VC virtually we are also joined by Professor Gautam Barua. He is the director of IIIT Guwahati. So, the National Education Policy 2020 was rolled out about 3 years back on 29th of July 2020. And in another 5 days, we are nearing the celebration of its third anniversary. So already a lot of educational institutions have got on board, and they have started to reap the benefits of it, of the national education policy. So I would like to request and start with Professor Gautam Barua, Director IIIT Guwahati, to update us about the implementation of the policy in his educational institution. And after that, we will move to Professor Iyer.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Hello, thank you very much. Can I be heard?
Yes, you're audible, please.
Right. Thank you very much. So as you have mentioned, NEP 2020, the third anniversary is taking place this Saturday and Sunday, and event is happening in Delhi. So we are here today to brief the press about some of the clauses which have been implemented by our institute and of course by IIT Guwahati. NEP 2020, as you know, is a very ambitious change in the education scenario, proposed change in the education scenario. There are a large number of clauses which are there, which seeks to change the entire education system, both higher and school education. And it's so ambitious that even the report says it's going to take some time to implement all the clauses. In fact, they're talking about something like 2040 before all the clauses get fully operationalized. So today, in the third year, some of the features have started getting implemented. And today we are going to briefly tell you what our institute, which is a new institute, 10 years old, has done with respect to the recommendations of NEP 2020. Now, instead of me telling you the details, I have with me my Dean Administration, Professor Firdaus Borgunia. He will take you through with some of the achievements, or rather some of the implementations that have been done at IIIT Guwahati. Over to you, Firdaus.
Thank you, sir. I hope I'm audible. So, as far as NEP implementation is concerned, we have made substantial progress in some of the areas. And if we go through one by one, the first is the barrier-free movement facility and disabled-friendly facilities and accessibility for all. So we have implemented that, and all our buildings in the institutes are disabled-friendly. There are ramps and lifts available for accessibility of everyone to the higher floor. That's one. The second one, what we have done is around the curriculum and credit framework for undergraduate program. And we have already implemented a choice-based credit system, and where the students are allowed to take electives from other department. One elective is, the undergraduate students are taking every semester from humanities and social science areas. Regarding the guidelines on Mulla Prabha 2.0, that is around inculcation of human values and professional ethics in higher educational institutions, which has been issued. Guidelines has been issued in sometimes in 12 May 2023. We are doing induction program for our BTech students, where human values and professional ethics are given due emphasis. The institute has a dedicated counseling service through which we provide individual counseling, and talks are organized on ethics, human values, gender sensitization, etc. next point regarding the credit framework for online learning courses through study webs of active learning for young and aspiring minds regulation 2021, which came in effect from 26 March 2021. The institute in our institute, we have allowed our students to take courses in online mode for SWAYAM and NPTEL courses. The institute is also conducting our MTech program where working professionals are able to join the course online. Regarding the guideline for engaging professor of practice in universities and colleges, as issued, in September 2022, we already implemented the scheme, and we have adjunct faculties who are drawn from industries and who are acting as a professor of practice to assist in teaching learning process. And under this scheme, we have a number of researchers from industry who has been appointed as adjunct faculty, and not only they are handholding in academic teaching learning process, but also they are jointly guiding PhD students and advising us in formulating curriculum as per the industry need. Regarding guidelines for establishment of research and development centers in university or the institute, we have a dedicated R&D section for handling sponsored research project, and this is operating since in the inception of the institute. And sponsored research is one of the mainstay of the research component at IIIT Guwahati, and we have many funded projects, and many. We have completed more than 25 projects, and we are continuing with I believe around 20 projects. Guidelines for admission and supernumerary seats of international student in higher educational institutes as circulated in 30 September 2022. Against that, we have participated in the direct admission to student abroad, the DASA program, which is popularly known as DASA, where there is scheme for UG program. Mainly, we are trying to admit students from SAARC countries. And also, we have participated in Study in India, the SII program, where we are opening up for PG and PhD program for the student from other countries. Regarding Institute Innovation Council, the institute already has an innovation council. There is an entrepreneurship cell, and is in the process of setting up a incubation center as well. The institute also has a project in that line called DIC, Design and Innovation Center, where activities are taken in and around innovation. Regarding participation in NIRF, although our institute is new, but we have participated in NIRF, and for last 3 years, as and when we became eligible, we participated in, and currently we are ranked in 150 to 200 category in engineering as per 2023. Regarding Smart India Hackathon, our students have participated in, for last at least 4 years in Smart India Hackathon, and they have achieved different levels in the Smart India Hackathons. Regarding in the placement front, IIIT Guwahati, although set up in 2013, we made substantial stride in placements right from the first batch. As of the current academic year, about 90% of the BTech students are placed through the placement drive with an average salary package of 15.5 lakhs per annum. The highest package that has been offered from at a figure of 1.2 crore, and the second highest is 80 lakhs. The second highest is from a domestic offer, and the highest one is an international offer, Amazon, by Amazon Munich. So that's all what we have as updates. Over to Professor Barua.
Yeah, thank you. And you have just a very brief input about what we have done so far. And as I have already mentioned in the beginning, we have a long way to go. So many more things have to be done. And I'm sure IIT Guwahati will have done much more. And over to IIT Guwahati.
Thank you, Professor Barua. Now we'll move on to Professor Iyer. Sir, please, you're open.
So thank you very much, Professor Gautam Barua, for initiating this discussion. Very glad that you could join in this event with IIT Guwahati and address the media. So once again, I would like to welcome all the media persons, my colleagues from IIT Guwahati for this briefing on NEP 2020. As you all are aware, on 29th and 30th of this month, the country is celebrating the major initiatives launched by our Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, about the NEP 2020. The main motive for launching this, policy is to transform our education sector and to make our nation a global leader in, not only education, academics, but also in skill development. So overall, our education sector, which had a focus on only academics, we are now, taking into account the contribution of research, the contribution of skills, the contribution of vocational education right from the school, and also to enhance the learning experience for the students. There is also going to be a major focus for imparting education even in regional languages. Being in the Northeast region, we all are aware that there is a very diverse background of, people that stay here. Every state has a lot of tribal population also. And if you want to really ensure that the education reaches the last mile, that is one of the main aims. The education, has to be imparted in the mother tongue or in languages, which the students are comfortable with. So that is one of the major emphasis. I'll be talking as we move forward on how IIT Guwahati is making efforts even in that direction. So to begin with academics, one of the major initiatives that IIT Guwahati has taken, I have with me my colleagues from academic section, Professor Krishna, Dean Academic Affairs, and Professor Hemant. He is the Dean on Outreach on this education programs and online education program, sorry. And we will be also giving more details about that in case if you want more information. So in this aspect, I would like to share that we are continuously embracing new courses, introducing new courses, and also modifying our existing curricula to meet the needs of the higher education sector. So overall, this NEP 2020, that was launched 3 years ago. This has 4 different parts, though we are mainly told to focus on the higher education, but definitely we are also working very closely with the state government on the school education as well. I'll also touch upon that aspect, how IIT Guwahati is making efforts to improve the school education, not just in the state of Assam, but also other states in this region. As you all are aware, IIT Guwahati is located in a region, the Northeast region, where there are 8 states, and this is the only IIT which is established here. And it's a great responsibility for us to reach out and help other institutions, other states for enhancing or imparting quality education. So this is one of our mandate, and we are trying our best to also reach out to all of them. As far as academics goes, we have been making major strides in terms of academics. Presently, we have 11 academic departments, and as per the NEP, we are supposed to also diversify into multidisciplinary education system. In this aspect, in addition to the 11 academic departments, we also have 5 academic multidisciplinary schools, and we also have head of various schools sitting here with me. In addition to that, we also have 11 interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary research centers. So in the difference between the schools and the centers are, the schools also have undergraduate students being enrolled usually through JEE, and the centers are mainly focusing on high-end research, and most of this research is, or the research centers are established by attracting funding from major funding sources that includes both the government funding agencies, PSUs, as well as industries. Many of the centers, as you see, you will also find a lot of industries have set up their labs as part of the academic center. So this is a very unique initiative as part of the NEP, where we are made to interact extensively with the industries. Similarly, we also have this research park, where there is a lot of focus on attracting companies, startups, and also MSMEs to set up their base. So we have a very flourishing research park at IIT Guwahati, and through this interaction, I would really like to interact and call up the small industries or even startups to set up their base here. I'm told to mention more about a few of the startup companies that are there. One of them I would like to highlight is a company called Carkinos. It is a cancer diagnosis and a research-based company who work with major industries and hospitals like Tata, like Ambani's, and other major groups for diagnosis. This organization is not only based on the research work being done at IIT Guwahati, but also they will be involved extensively in the cancer diagnosis part, where we hope that there are a lot of tribals, there are a lot of other cancer diseases, which are extensively spread in this region. In fact, we are known as the cancer capital of the country. We want that this cancer is diagnosed at IIT Guwahati rather than sending our patients to other part of the nation. And we want to develop a proper atlas of this cancer gene, so that we understand the disease properly and we can find an indigenous way of curing it rather than finding a solution what the Western world follows. So as such, it's a interaction with industry plus how we take it to academics, and we want to document that in a big way. To that thing, we have been able to interact very closely with the state government, and we have now diversified from normal engineering and technology to setting up a medical hospital. So this is another major initiative which we are being supported by the Assam state government. The institution that is going to be established is called AAHII, Assam Advanced Healthcare Innovation Institute. So this is how we are diversifying into multidisciplinary areas from healthcare to where engineering will be a major component. I would also like to highlight more on the implementation of this NEP in areas such as the teacher education. Okay, so now getting good quality teachers has become a big challenge if you want to take forward and implement the NEP 2020. In the year 2024, IIT Guwahati, along with few other institutions in the nation, are likely to implement a major teacher initiative program or a teachers training program. It's called ITEP, Integrated Teacher Education Program. We are likely to attract students to enroll in this program. It's a 4-year program as part of the NEP, where the students are likely to be enrolled through the JEE mains itself. So a student, if he's interested to become a teacher, then we are likely to initiate that. The program again will have a multiple entry, multiple exit options, as mandated in the NEP. And this can be either a BA program, it can be a BCom program or a BS program plus a B.Ed. So within 4 years, a candidate can become a teacher directly through this program. So we are working very closely with our humanities department. We are working very closely with our sciences, the physics, the chemistry, the mathematics, and the bioscience and bioengineering departments to implement this program in a very big way. So this again is a very new initiative. As far as IITs are concerned, we never had this focus on teachers training. So this will come up in a very big way through this, NEP 2020. It's called an ITEP program. If there is more information needed for this, I'll be very happy to share and elaborate on this program as well. Similarly, I mentioned about IIT Guwahati establishing several academic multidisciplinary centers. In this aspect, I would like to mention that in the year 2021, during our convocation, our Honorable Prime Minister had mandated us to initiate 2 different academic centers. One of them is the Center for Disaster Management and Relief. We have our head for the CDMR sitting here. Similarly, we also had another center that was initiated with the help of our Honorable Prime Minister. This is the Center for Indian Knowledge System. Both these centers are helping us augment our existing facilities plus diversifying into multidisciplinary areas. This was something which this region also needed. As you are aware, Northeast faces a lot of natural disasters such as floods, landslides, earthquakes, and a lot of other things that come along with that, strong winds and all. And we really are looking forward to establish a very strong center along with the other supporting centers like the Drone Technology Center, which will augment not only for the research and development, but provide real-time service to the state, to the region on this aspect as well. The Indian Knowledge System, along with another center called Center for Linguistic Science and Technology, are helping identify various types of problems that the region is facing. One of them is that we have a very big tribal community in the region. A lot of the languages that were available, with time, what is happening is they are getting merged into the mainstream society, and the scripts that were available with them are lost, or they are no longer pursued by the new generation. We want to ensure that this script is preserved. So it's part of the heritage preservation, along with a lot of other things that our colleagues in the Center for Linguistic Science and Technology and the Center for Indian Knowledge System are pursuing very vigorously, working with the tribal people and involving our research scholars to identify such languages which are likely to be extinct, to get back whatever is possible. We are converting that speech into a proper text form, also developing a script for them. So this is again a very unique initiative. So along with that, there is also a major challenge in this region to implement the education in the primary school or the high school in 5 different languages. So usually other states have just 1 or 2 languages. We have school education in English, in Hindi, and Assamese. We are also trying to implement that to other languages, like some parts of the state are Bodo is spoken extensively, and also some form of the Bengali script. So at least 5 languages, we will be there to help the state if it is necessary. Moving forward, I would also like to specifically highlight the quality of education and the type of education we are imparting on sustainable development goal implementation. Here again, it is not only the quality of education or the type of education that we are looking forward to, but IIT Guwahati is also looking forward to implement that in all aspects of the institution. And I'm very happy to share with you all that in the Times Impact ranking that were released in the month of June this year, IIT Guwahati was ranked 6th globally in the area of affordable and clean energy. And so we are working for developing this aspect, the clean energy aspect, in installing a lot of solar panels, also working on the clean water and other aspects. So all the 17 SDG goals that are to be implemented are being taken up in a very big way across the campus. Another very important aspect about IIT Guwahati is that all the 17 goals that the United Nations has mandated across the world to implement, by 2030, we are the first institution to impart this course compulsorily to all the undergraduate students. It's a non-credit course. Everyone has to take it and learn about what these SDG goals are and how that is going to help them or help the future generation in fostering good practices in all aspects of life. I would also like to highlight the implementation of this multiple entry, multiple exit programs for continuing education. So this is one of the very big aspects that our institution is taking up in a very big way. We have again, Professor Hemant, who will probably be happy to elaborate more on that. One of the courses that IIT Guwahati is starting, it's a 4-year BS program on data science and artificial intelligence. This again is a course where we have a multiple entry, multiple exit option. So in this multiple entry, any student who has mathematics in class 12 is eligible to get enrolled for this program. This program has already been initiated on 19th June 2023, and the enrollment process is 19th July, and the enrollment process is ongoing presently. In this case, if a student wants to leave the program after 1 year, he will get a certificate that he has attended this course. Similarly, if he leaves the program after 2 years, he will get a diploma. After 3 years, if he leaves this program, he will get a normal BS degree. And if he or she completes this program, the complete program in 4 years, then he will get a BSc honors. The good thing about, so we have this multiple entry and the multiple exit options, but still, if a working professional is not able to complete this program in the 4 years, there is also an option that he can extend that up to 8 years. The implementation school is the School for Data Science and Artificial Intelligence, again, a very nice and upcoming area. And we hope that this will benefit the community at the larger community will be benefited. Again, there is no enrollment, there is no upper limit, and hopefully this is one of the courses, and we are looking forward to implement that across various other departments and to more courses. So this is about this multiple entry, multiple exit. Along with that, the academic section is also looking forward to implement lot of professional courses, lot of MTech programs like robotics and in regenerative medicine and medical devices. So a lot of programs are coming up. We have also masters by research, completely by research. We have a big program on entrepreneurship, and the students, this is another very unique initiative, are BTech students who usually do a project as part of their curriculum can also take up entrepreneurship for 1 semester as part of their curriculum. So if they want to do a startup, if they want to do an entrepreneurship, that also has been encouraged. A provision has been made in our curriculum that they can also do that, and we will give them necessary credit. So a lot of activities related to encouraging our students to go for startups or entrepreneurship has also been taken up. IIT Guwahati has also been one of the first institutions to register for this ABC, the Academic Bank of Credits, and more than 1,500 students have also registered for that. This is another very important area that we are looking to focus on sharing our course, our expertise with other institutions, and hopefully we'll also be able to get more feedback and how to implement this. One last aspect that I would like to highlight is on the internationalization of our education. So we already have joint degree programs with Gifu University in Japan. We are looking forward to extend that to few more universities. We are likely to have joint degree as well as double degree programs. We are also looking forward to setting up a campus outside our country as part of the internationalization. And we are also looking forward to collaborate with other institutions to set up their campus within IIT Guwahati. It's a campus and campus initiative. So this is something that we are looking forward to. And presently we have more than 100 MOUs with foreign institutions, foreign labs, and foreign organizations. And hopefully we can also augment our internationalization effort. This will help us increase our quality of research, and our students will get more exposure. Similarly, we will also be able to provide a similar exposure to Indian culture, Indian science, Indian technology to foreign students coming here. So this is all from IIT Guwahati. If there are any questions, if there are any other clarification needed, we have our colleagues here. We'll be very happy to share with you all about any other points about NEP 2020. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So just to round it up and to simplify whatever has been said, national education policy is about largely moving away with the earlier process of rote learning, of just concentrating on one singular subject, and rather moving to development of an individual student as a holistic person, learning the life skills, learning whatever is happening around them. As sir mentioned about the Sustainable Development Credit course, it is one of the singular most problems of the world, and a student coming out of a higher educational institution learning about what is happening around him, around the world, is very important. Apart from that, the multiple entry and exit system, it provides an opportunity to a student to decide at what stage they want to move out, do an internship, do work out on the field, understand what he's studying, what he or she is studying, come back to the institution, take up another subject, and basically develop a holistic understanding about any single subject that they are studying. So I think this is largely the emphasis of the national education policy. And as Professor Gautam Barua had mentioned, that it is such an expansive policy that it is expected that all the provisions of the policy will be ultimately implemented by 2040. I will also quickly brief about the program that is being held in Delhi on 29th and 30th July. So the Prime Minister is going to inaugurate the Akhil Bharatiya Shiksha Sangam on the 3rd anniversary of the National Education Policy. It will be a 2-day event at ITPO Delhi on 29th and 30th July. It is expected that more than 3,000 participants, including Professor Barua, including Professor Iyer, and all the VCs, directors, and senior principals and senior educational functionaries of the government and the country will be present for that event. It is expected that more than 2 lakh people will be attending that particular event, and multiple sessions on the development of education in the country will be discussed and deliberated during that Samagam. There is also going to be about 200 exhibition stalls that will be put up on education, skilling, and different innovations that have happened in the country. So this is also going to be there. So we all are looking forward to that event also on the 3rd anniversary of the National Education Policy. And if now we have any questions out, and anybody wants to ask any questions from Professor Barua or Professor Iyer, please feel free to ask your questions. Thank you. Sir,
SC and other job also, they have prepared with their own languages. So I want to know a little bit about that.
So, yes. You can highlight you can highlight on how these activities of the center can help in translation or in the regional languages, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, actually, CLST is kind of primary focus is on developing various language tools for especially for different languages in Northeast. So at present we have doing various say development tools related to text to speech synthesis, converting a text to audio speech, and again ASR, audio to speech say synthesizer, audio to text machine translation from one language to another language.
Like we are doing in Google.
Yes. So some likewise other say source like say WordNet, dictionary construction, even I think some works on the topography. So at present we have started working on some of the languages like Assamese, Nagamis, Mizo, then Manipuris, and we are also looking at some of the kind of small community also. So we are planning to start again another effort to again cover more languages. So
How many languages?
that we haven't looked at. So we are planning for a kind of collective symposium or say meeting across say all the institution in Northeast to come up with a bigger scope of the work. So we are, I think, over next say few years we should be able to get good resources for. One is the technology, another is the resource. So as such, if you look at languages, we do not have much resource to from any of the research. So again, collecting generate sources and preserving the language and the other properties. These are also the primary focus. So we have to also give a special kind of thrust on generating resources for different researchers in the country and especially in Northeast to attract people.
So in Assam, there is one indigenous like Wari. They have only, I think they have only 100 people right at the moment. So I think you can.
We will be very much interested to look at.
Yeah. Because they have only 100 people right at the moment.
Yes.
Their languages.
Yes, yes.
So on that purpose also you are working like.
At present, we haven't covered this particular languages, but we are planning to kind of extend this effort to cover as many languages as possible. So I think we'll be looking at that.
Thank you.
Another thing I would like to add to that, we are also, this is a technical information, we are also being funded by MEITY. There's a mission called National Language Translation Mission. Okay, it's called Bhashini. So we are also part of that initiative. And in addition to the education that we are again, because of the multidisciplinary approach that we have, in addition to the education that we have to give, we also have to provide healthcare related information in 7 different languages. So that's another project which we have. So that in case more information is needed, that I have the list of the languages also. So that also is again, so as part of the academic thing, we will definitely do for schools, but also dissemination of healthcare related information, that also will be working with the School for Health Science and Technology. So that is another initiative. And this is a National Language Translation Mission, NLTM. Okay, and it is funded by MEITY, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology.
Thank you, sir.
Regarding the IIT program.
Yes.
Basically, we have Bachelor of Education program or BA degree. Whenever one person is completed his graduation or post graduation, to qualify in any entry level examination of to be a teacher, so it is mandatory that he or she should do the BEd.
Yes.
Regarding the BTET, your BTET, you have offering the 4 years degree.
Yes.
4 years, but you are offering backups there also, certificates, diploma, degrees.
Yes.
And this program basically for the IIT teach faculties or for the entire.
No. Here again, sorry if I was not very clear. This again, as part of the NEP 2020 mandate, see, IITs were never into teachers' education. Okay, so we are now likely to start that, and we want to see there is a big issue with number of students who are attempting to clear JEE and number of students who really, it's less than 2%. We want to ensure that more students get this opportunity to study at IIT. Now, IIT Guwahati may start in either BA, BCom or BS along with this B.Ed, and totally it will be for 4 years.
4 years.
Entry level, it's not that existing teachers, it is for the students who have attempted the JEE exam itself.
Okay.
Okay, so those students will.
So they have to qualify the JEE. And
Yes. But we are also open for students from other background. Again, we are likely to keep an option for multiple entry also. So that modalities are being worked out with the ministry how we can do that, and since it is going to be fully physical. Okay, we cannot keep that number very high in the initial stages. Okay, if it is a completely online thing, definitely we can think for that. As of now, we have to keep a limited number, which again we are discussing with the ministry how we go about. But definitely, as you mentioned, it will be a 4-year program only, and again the first year we have certificate, 2-year diploma, and the 3-year same way. It can be either of the bachelor's degree, and then the final will be the bachelor's with honors if they complete 4, and of course with the B.Ed also. So that is how we are planning. So it's going to be really more experience, more learning experience, being in the classroom rather than only working in a isolated way in this thing. So lab experience also will be very extensive. Yeah.
earlier it was whenever the science graduate, they have to join only the JEE, they can appear only JEE. But this time,
yes,
anybody, any students or any background, arts, sciences, commerce, they can be opted in.
Yes.
Okay. So whenever it will start?
Sorry?
When it will start program?
We are likely to start in next academic year. That is the plan. Yes.
Okay.
With this year's the admission process is already over.
Okay.
We are likely to start it from the next academic.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. Thank you so much for taking out the time and coming here and joining us for this press conference. I would also like to thank all the professors who've joined us, Professor Iyer, Professor Barua. Thank you for joining us, and we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap the press conference.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Please wait for tea.